YouTube and welcome to another video, and look at all these tabs I have open for you here. We're gonna talk about so many Winx Club live shows. Hello YouTube, so in this video we're gonna be talking about Winx Club live shows and rating them and ranking them. We're gonna rate them. I originally wanted to talk about every single Winx Club live show there has ever been, and then I quickly realized that this is not possible, because as I was researching this video I came across more and more and more recordings, and I discovered new and new shows, and there have been so many Winx stage shows that I think it's impossible for me to cover them all in one video. If I'm leaving out some of your favorites or some of the shows that you know about, and if this video does well enough, I would be willing to do a part 2, because I think there are more obscure live shows that I didn't cover in this one. But let's talk about what we are gonna cover in this video. We're gonna cover official shows, or shows that at least to me seem to be official. That means we're not gonna cover cosplay shows, cosplay performances, because then we would just have all the material in the world. But also because I wanna cover these sort of official live shows, and I feel like these and cosplay shows aren't really a fair comparison, because they tend to have vastly different budgets, for instance, although some of the examples here have lower budgets as well. But I just want to cover official stuff, and now I also want to talk about how I'm going to rate these shows. So I'm going to talk about what's good and what's bad, and what I like and what I don't like about each of these shows, and then I'm probably gonna give them like a rating out of 10. This is going to be very biased. There are a couple of shows here that are my childhood favorites, that I do think are objectively better than some of the other ones as well, but I'm definitely biased towards them. There is one show in this where I have personally been in the audience. Of course, I'm biased towards that, and I have a different experience because I have the in-person experience, and all of these shows are meant to be watched in person. For some of them, there are official video releases that like professionals have filmed, but for a lot of them, there are just like videos that someone has filmed on their own camera because they've been in like a public area instead of like a theater, and some people have filmed them in theaters as well. And I don't know if that was allowed or not, but I have now watched that footage. I also want to point out that I didn't rewatch every single show. I have watched every single show in this list as much as possible, because some of them are not available in full, and I have not been fortunate enough to see some of the ones that are not available in full on YouTube in person. So I have watched as much as possible of all of them at least once, and I watched a lot of them for the first time for this video, and I rewatched the Winx Club Power Show for this video. But like some of them, like Winx Club on Tour, I used to watch as a child, like obsessively. I have watched that one so much. So I haven't watched every single one of them again for this video, but I have watched every single one of them as much as possible. So let's talk about how I am going to rate this, or what I'm going to judge the goodness of a Winx Club show on. First off, character accuracy. So here we're talking about the outfits, mostly outfit accuracy. I am going to talk about casting a little bit in some areas as well. I don't want to criticize the actors as people, so we're mostly going to be talking about outfit accuracy. So we're going to talk about outfits, and the shows get extra points if there are accurate outfits, but also if there are several outfits. And this is Winx Club. Winx Club is a girly show. I feel like it's fair that we give them points for extra outfits, especially if the girls have transformation sequences. I think that makes the show cooler. I think a good Winx Club show should have a transformation sequence. That gives them extra points if they change the outfits. How accurate are each of the outfits? So outfits are very important. Character inclusion is very important. There are gonna be some shows here that don't have all of the Winx, and there are gonna be some shows here that have all of the Winx, all of the tricks, all of the specialists, some of the teachers, like some of the minor cast. It's not always the case that the more the merrier, but in this case I think the stronger shows tend to be the ones that have all of the characters, and I think I really can't rate a show as highly if they only have 3 of the Winx there. Like the minimum amount of characters you need for a Winx show, in my opinion, to be good is 6. You need all of the fairies, or like 5 if you're doing season 1, but none of these shows are doing season 1, so you need 6. So outfit accuracy, outfit variation, character inclusion, and perceived plot thickness. This is an interesting one, but because all of these shows aren't available in full, I can't tell you what each of the plots is about. And another thing, lots of these shows aren't available with subtitles. The Winx Club Power Show is available with subtitles, and I think there are a couple of others. There are a few English ones actually on this list. But for most of the languages, I don't speak the language, so it's hard for me to rate the plot, like how good and how solid the plot is. Even if I don't understand most of the language, I can obviously still tell if there is a overarching plot or not. So I'm not gonna criticize the plot writing or anything like that, but I am gonna take into account how thick the plot seems to be. Like, did they seemingly put some effort into the plot or not? And there really is like a visible plot thickness variation here, because there are some shows here that just straight up don't have a plot at all, that are just musical shows. And I tend to rate higher the ones that have an actual plot. If you think that's unfair, that's fine. You can disagree with me on all of these things, but generally to me the ones that have a thicker plot seem to be better. And yeah, obviously all of these aren't available in full either, so that makes judging the plot really hard as well. So I'm also gonna sometimes talk about the songs and how good the songs are. I am gonna talk about choreography a bit as well in some cases. So that's how we're gonna rate these shows, and I'm gonna talk to you about each of these shows, and I'm gonna show you some clips as well. Let's start with the Winx Club Power Show. I am gonna link all of these shows down in the description below. If I end up missing some, let me know, but I am gonna try to link all of these videos we have here down in the description below. And here there are, I think, several versions of the Winx Club Power Show on full on YouTube. There is one that has a slightly better quality, but this one has a full English translation, and it's a fan translation, and it's quite solid. There are a few places where I was a little confused by the translation, but overall I'm really grateful for the translation. I'm gonna subscribe to this creator. Winx Club Songs is the person who translated it, and we're gonna see Winx Club Songs later on as well, because they've translated some of the Winx on Tour songs as well. So Winx Power Show is one of those very iconic Winx shows that I think all of the older fans definitely know. Winx Power Show also has a Winx Club wiki page, which we're also gonna look at. There are several roles in the Winx Power Show that are played by different actors throughout the ages. Here you can see Francesca, who plays Bloom later. But our version, the version on YouTube, has Mary. I'm using their first names to avoid mispronouncing their last names, I'm gonna be fully honest. Personally, Mary is the one I remember seeing from my childhood a lot. Like, I remember these arts very well, but I used to see the one with Mary Dima all the time. So I'm surprised that this one actually has Francesca. I like Francesca. I think she looks very good as Bloom. I think they both look very nice as Bloom. I do like these official promo pictures. I will say that in the show, some of the outfits don't look as good. Stella's hair doesn't have these little bindings. There are some actors who played their roles throughout the entire runtime of the show. The show ran from 2005 to 2007. And if we're gonna talk about character inclusion, obviously already from this list you can tell that there were lots of characters included in this show. We have all of the Winx, we have all of the specialists, except Naboo, but this is a season 2 show, and obviously the newer specialists aren't here, but again, this is a season 2 show. We even have Darker, which was a bold choice, so I'm gonna show you Darker's outfit later. I think Darker is extremely hard to translate into live action. So there are lots of outfits in this show. First off, we have the fairy outfits, which I think are overall really nice. They're really accurate. I don't like the wings as much as I like them in some of the other shows. I think the wings look kind of a little bit floppy and not very good in quality. Overall, this show really isn't afraid of using short skirts. Like Winx Club characters tend to have extremely revealing clothes. Bloom's boots are too long if I'm gonna be nitpicky. But we have the Winx in their first outfits, and then we also have the Tricks in their iconic jumpsuits. I do like the Tricks as well. I think Darcy and Stormy are one of my favorites here. I like Stormy's wig a lot. Darcy's hair is really short in comparison to the show, but she looks nice as well. And we have all three of the Tricks. We also have the Specialists, who we first see in their specialist outfits. I think Timmy is so cute. We have Helia with his long hair. I think these outfits are really accurate as well. They look nice, they look expensive. There are gonna be some bad looking specialist outfits later in this video. So this is doing really well. We also have, plot-wise, we have Melissa, who doesn't believe in magic. So that's what's going on in this plot. But this is Melissa. But the Tricks also actually get their civilian outfits, as you can see. Here they have their casual civilian outfits, and I was really impressed that they did both of these. We also have Winx in their civilian outfits, and I actually think that the Winx civilian outfits are much worse than the Tricks civilian outfits. I really like Musa's outfit. I think that's very, very clever. They have used the one civilian outfit Musa has, where she has the same boots she has as a fairy. So that's very, very clever. I like Musa's outfit. It's extremely short though. Like at some point it almost looks like a shirt. I like Isha's outfit as well. I think they have translated it nicely into the real life. I don't know what's going on with Stella's outfit. If you can see it, she's wearing a sort of really colorful jumpsuit that doesn't remind me of any of her real outfits. Tekna's outfit just seems completely random to me. Bloom's kind of feels in character, but overall I'm not super impressed with these outfits. Melissa's outfit obviously we can't talk about, but like let's talk about what Stella is wearing here. I don't understand why they made this choice. I think it looks so unfashionable, and Stella is supposed to be the fashionable one. So I don't like these casual outfits they have given the Winx, but I do appreciate the amount of outfits we are having overall. Then we have this other outfit when the Winx are in this mermaid infested swamp. And the boys here have their casual outfits as well, which I didn't originally like much, but honestly I grew to love them as the series went on. I think I like how like casual and how real clothes they feel like. At first I was kind of annoyed that they just look like some random clothes, but I do kind of like them. Here the Winx are all wearing those season 2 expedition outfits. Even those characters who never wore these outfits in the series are wearing these outfits, and I like it. I don't think we strictly needed another extra outfit, but honestly I'm impressed that they went with it. So yeah, these outfits are all show accurate as well, and I actually really like them. I like them more than the casual civilian outfits. And if you think that that's all the outfits, it is not, because the Tricks also have a secondary civilian outfit, which I absolutely did not expect. And you can see the Tricks' outfit here. They're all kind of similar, but not exactly the same. They're really revealing. I don't think they are from this series in any way. But the Tricks get a secondary civilian outfit, which is really interesting and something I did not expect. Then we also have Lord Darker. I do think Lord Darker is extremely hard to translate into a human wearable costume, so kudos to them for trying, but it looks really awkward. There's also Dark Bloom in this show, plot-wise, but not outfit-wise. And that brings us to the plot of this show. which is that there is a girl on Earth named Melissa who doesn't believe in the existence of the Winx. And the Winx go on Earth to prove to her that they are real, which kind of contradicts the canon of the time. This is almost like an alternative season 4 because the Winx work on Melissa getting to believe her, and Melissa gets kidnapped by Trix, but she isn't actually kidnapped by Trix because she collaborated with the Trix, but she realizes in like 5 seconds that the Trix are actually evil, and then she is actually kidnapped by the Trix because she tries to leave and can't. And then the Winx go to save her and lots of stuff happens. This one definitely has some plot thickness. I would also say that this show feels the least like a children's show. At one point when I was watching it, I was wondering who is it actually meant for? And I think children would enjoy it, but it doesn't feel like children's show. There is a lot of this really contemporary dances, and at one point it feels a little bit awkward, like the characters are dancing for absolutely no reason, especially when there's no music. At some points it also feels a little bit random. Melissa is together with the Trix, and the Trix are singing Hallelujah. I have so many questions as to why they are doing that. Like, plot-wise, like, they aren't religious. I'm pretty sure they don't know anything about Earth religion. This was one of the parts of the show where I was completely like, what is happening here? What is going on here? There are a few just like weirdly questionable choices being made as well. So there is a scene in which Flora finds a way out of the swamp, and Stella is impressed with Flora, so she slaps her butt and calls her my beautiful nerd. She sort of like grabs her butt and slaps it, and Flora seems to enjoy it. So maybe there's something for the Flora and Stella shippers here, but for me that was like such an odd yep. So she just smacks her butt, and Flora doesn't seem to mind at all. There are a few more scenes here. There is a scene in which Bloom is being mind controlled. She does become Dark Bloom even though she doesn't get the Dark Bloom outfit. And there is this scene where the Tricks sort of play with her body that she is unable to control. She is conscious, but she is unable to move, which is even more frightening. And they make some questionable choices, and I understand that Tricks are evil and that this is evil, but maybe I wouldn't have gone that far. Like I feel like some of this kind of made me uncomfortable, especially like spreading out her legs, like. So yeah, that's something that happens in this show. But that aside, these somewhat questionable, and there are some other like somewhat questionable choreography choices that just feel odd and weird. And I like some of the outfits better than the others, and I also think that we are gonna see some better outfits in this video, which is gonna be like 5 hours long. But overall, this has a solid, strong plot, lots of different characters, and lots of different outfits from the show, and they are pretty accurate. So I'm gonna give the Winx Power show like an 8 out of 10. There are some weird things about this show, but it is iconic. It is one of the best known Winx live shows, and I feel like people overall enjoy it, and I feel like overall it is enjoyable and loved. I think there are some things I like less about it, and there are a few shows that I like better. Namely, the Winx Club on Tour. Now, the Winx Club on Tour is a Netherlands Dutch show that is available on YouTube in full as well. There isn't a subtitled version. Winx Club Songs has translated most of the songs. This is my favorite Winx Club show, without a doubt. They are so show accurate. The wings look great. The fairy outfits have this little bit of sparkle in the edges of the wings and in the edges of the outfits, and they're sparkly. I think the fabrics are nicely chosen. I think the wigs look great. I think the wings all look great. I think everyone looks super show accurate. I think in terms of costumes, this is my favorite show. In terms of casting, this is my favorite show because I feel like everyone here is so well casted. Stella is so Stella. I think everyone just looks fantastic. I think if we're gonna talk about the casting of these shows, if we look at them through the modern current lens, there could be a little bit more diversity for some of the characters. But that is an overall thing, I would say, about all of these shows, including the more modern ones. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the casting of this series. I think the makeup looks nice. I think just they look so nice and polished. And they have the fairy outfits as well as their civilian outfits, and the civilian outfits are clearly influenced by specific outfits in the show, and they're not the most obvious ones. Like Stella's is her main outfit for season 2. Tekna's, I don't know if is inspired by, I think, multiple outfits. Bloom's, I love that they went with this outfit. Flora, also a great choice from episode 1 of season 2. And overall, I really love this. Then we have the boys. The wigs of the boys are a bit more of a hit and miss, but overall their outfits look great as well. I think Helia's wig is the most unfortunate one, but overall their outfits look so much fun and their outfits are great. We also have Faragonda in this show, by the way. So here we have Faragonda as well in the cast, and I think she looks great. I think Faragonda's wig is kind of hard to do in a natural looking way, so maybe that looks a little bit ridiculous, but overall I do like it. Then we have the Tricks, and this Icy is absolutely my favorite. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's just so gorgeous. The wig flows nicely. It's super long. The eyelashes and makeup they've given her, she just looks so gorgeous. I think Darcy's and Stormy's wigs I like a little bit less, but I do like that Darcy's hair is actually really long hair. And look at Icy's hair, it's so long and so nice. We also have the boys in their casual outfits in the romantic scene. These are kind of completely random outfits. They aren't really connected to anything in the series. They have just given them like random manly clothes, but that's what the Winx Power show did as well, so I can't really mind it. And the guys at least have 2 outfits. The girls also have their pajama outfits, which aren't super show accurate, but obviously they need to have other outfits underneath these outfits, so that's what they are. That's why they are so covered up, because these are going to be easy to take off and then transform. But I think it's really cool that they have given the fairies another outfit, and I do believe that they transform straight from these outfits. Yep, so they just sort of rip this off, and that works really well for what this scene is trying to achieve. So I think the pajama outfits are really well done as well, considering they have to transform from them. Now, in regards of the plot, this one is my favorite plot as well. They don't create a 7th fairy, basically. They don't have this OC who just appears in this musical, and I kind of appreciate the fact that they are using all of the girls instead of having more girls and adding like this OC to the cast. Flora gets kidnapped as part of the show, and they rescue her, and there's a bunch of other stuff as well that happens. I also think the songs of this musical are my absolute favorite songs. I listen to them all the time. By the way, put a pin in Flora getting kidnapped because she's gonna get kidnapped again later. But yeah, I like the plot of this as much as I have understood the plot of this, because there isn't an English subtitled version. But I really like everything about this musical, and I can't really find lots of things that I would be unhappy with, so I'm gonna rate it 10 out of 10. And these are our 2 big musicals, and then we're gonna go on to talk about many of the other ones. Let's talk about this Winx Forever musical. This is a newer one. This was filmed in 2024 in Mirabilandia and was just uploaded 3 weeks ago by Jamie's Magic World. And the plot seems to take place in season 3. There are once again no subtitles. This show also has the specialists in their specialist outfit. It has all the fairies. Tekna consistently has longer hair in this version because of the Enchantix outfit, but I don't really mind it. I like how they have done the Enchantix shoes. I think the Enchantix outfits look great. I think the wings look very show accurate. I think Bloom's wig doesn't look super accurate, but otherwise I really love the outfits here. For Winx we have the Enchantix outfits, then we have the specialists, we have all of the main guys. I think Sky has a beard, which is an interesting choice. But the Winx also have their casual season 2, season 3 outfits. Obviously this is season 3 because Musa has long hair and they have Enchantix. But I really like these outfits as well. I think they're well done. They're really show accurate. But they also don't look like uncomfortably revealing like some of the outfits here do. I also like that Musa can play the guitar. In the Winx on tour, Musa has a saxophone solo, which I think is really cool as well, that I forgot to mention. But here she plays the guitar and she actually seems to be playing it, which is not gonna always be the case. So I really like it. I really like the songs in this as well. They had some iconic and really great songs. The tricks aren't in this musical. They are, but they're just projected. And Flora gets kidnapped again in the plot of this musical. Um, but this musical does have Valtor, as you can see, and it's one of the few, if not the only live shows to ever feature Valtor, and I think Valtor actually looks really great here. I like the outfit that they have given him. It looks show accurate. Flora also does some nice dancing in this. This one does have a plot as well. Like Flora gets kidnapped and then the specialists try to save her and they fail, and the Winx manage to save the day. So this one does have a plot as well. It's not a very long musical like in comparison to Winx on Tour and Winx Power Show, which are both over an hour. This is only a half an hour show, so obviously the plot can't be as thick, but there is a plot. There are some great songs in this, and I think the outfits are really great and well done. I'm really bothered by Bloom's wig, but otherwise I really like this show as well. And I would give this a very solid 8. I don't think it's like as massive of a production as Winx Club Power Show or Winx on Tour. It isn't as long, the plot isn't as thick, there aren't as many outfits, it isn't as complex, but it's really good. It has all the fairies, it has all the specialists, no tricks, but we have Valtor, and overall I think it deserves an 8. So this is the newest musical, Winx Forever Il Musical. We're not going chronologically anymore. I was originally maybe planning that we might, but we're not going to. Now here I have loads of Rainbow Magicland performances. And I realized that what probably happened at Rainbow Magicland is that they had these performances very regularly. They might have had, I don't know how often they had them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had those once a day, once a week. So there are lots of Rainbow Magicland performances available on YouTube and loads of different ones, and this is one of the reasons I couldn't cover every single stage show, because I'm sure that there were even more Rainbow Magicland versions of the show that I don't have access to, or maybe that I didn't find on YouTube, that don't have as many views, so YouTube doesn't recommend them to me as willingly. But we're gonna talk about free versions, and I also felt that if I'm gonna watch more versions than the free ones, then I'm gonna go insane. This, I believe, is the oldest one. It's 12 years old, so it was uploaded in 2013. This feels like one of the earlier shows. None of the Rainbow Magicland shows have any plot. They're just Winx in concert. The Winx just sing a song. There seemed to be a little bit of the plot in this earlier one, like the Winx actually talk a little bit, and maybe there's like a tiny smidgen of plot, but overall the Winx just sing. Here in this version they have their Believix outfits. I think the Believix outfits look very nice and show accurate, and the wings look very cool here. And overall I felt like as the Rainbow Magicland got older and older, and Winx Club in general had this era of decline during this time as well, I feel like you can see the budget go down, and also the enthusiasm of the actors and the overall like production quality. So here I would say that production quality is very high. We still have all of the 6 fairies. All of the outfits look very nice. The show is pretty short. As I said, there's no plot. It's just 17 minutes of different songs. There's like some loose commentary, and Stella is flirting with the audience because she's Stella. But yeah, overall I think the wigs here look nice. Everyone looks nice. There are lots of flashing lights in this video. There are actually like Winx in concert songs from the Winx in concert DVD here. Overall a really solid stage performance. Then we have one from 2015. This one actually isn't the oldest, but I would say that this one is my least favorite out of all of the ones. The Winx are once again in their Believix outfits, and the Believix outfits aren't bad, but what is happening with Bloom's wig? And actually Flora's wig to a lesser degree as well. Bloom's wig is a brunette wig, and I don't understand why they've made this choice, because I don't think this is the actor's natural hair. Like maybe something happened to the wig. I don't know. And also you can see we only have Flora, Stella, Techna and Bloom here, and the other Winx are no longer here. And one of my pet peeves about this particular performance is how Bloom plays the guitar. Like, this is not how you play a guitar. She isn't moving this hand at all, and the way she's holding the guitar is just awkward. I'm not saying the rest of them are doing like the greatest folk guitar show ever, because you can tell that none of them are actually playing the guitar. But the way Bloom is holding it, and it also really bothers me that there are no other fairies. This felt most like an amateur show to me. It is really short. It's only 12 minutes. You can see the stairs we had from the last version, and all the like sparkly props and stuff are gone. There are some random shares. Maybe this is me reading into it too much, but I feel like the actors here aren't as into it as well as they are in some of the other versions. But just Bloom's wig is unforgivable. Like, I am so worried every time I cosplay Bloom. I use my real hair. I try to dye my hair, and then I'm worried that it's not red enough. But clearly I don't have to worry about this, because this official Rainbow Magicland Bloom has brunette hair here. Also, apparently Rainbow never actually owned the park. They just sort of licensed the characters, which is something I read on the Winx Club wiki. So if that's not true, that's where the information came from. So this is my least favorite version. I would say that this one still gets like a solid 7 or a 6, like a 6 or a 7. This one is a 5. It's honestly not better than a 5, and I'm even tempted to rate it lower. Then we have this latest version, and I would actually say that this one is better. This one has several outfits. They have the season 7 outfits, and they have the girls transform, and then they also have their Bloomix outfits. Which is fun, and I think from what I can see, because the video quality isn't super good, the Bloomix outfits actually look really nice. The girls look nice, and we have all of the 6 girls. So obviously the quality of the shows varied at Rainbow Magicland a lot, and I don't know if it depended on when you went to see the show, or something else, but this feels more high budget. Still, it's like a production back here, and there's no like stage props or anything. You can even see the markers on the floor, but overall the costumes look very nice. I think the Blue Mix wings look nice. I think the Blue Mix outfits look very show accurate, and I like that they did this little outfit change. I think for a Winx Club this really adds a lot. The outfits look a little bit bulky, but they had to do an outfit change, and they have all 6 fairies here, so I think this one gets a 7. There's no plot here, they're just singing. So these are the 3 Rainbow Magicland performances that I chose. There are more of them, I'm pretty sure, but I just wanted to draw the line somewhere as well, to be perfectly honest with you. Then, this was actually the video that inspired this video. This is a really old performance that I found via Michael's Winx Club actually. I was going through Michael's Winx Club to find information for one of my other videos, and I found this, and this is a show in Singapore in a mall, and basically what they do, they actually dance both to the Ray English songs and to the 4Kids shows. They kind of dance to the fairy introductions of the 4Kids shows as well. And they just loop the Just Us Girls song, by the way. I think they loop it twice because it's so short. Uh, yeah, see, you can see the cut here, you can feel it. So I think they just like cut it and loop it. They do introduce the girls, so you can argue that there is some plot. But we just have Flora, Bloom, and Stella in their season 2 outfits. They don't change their outfits or anything. They dance a little bit. It's 7 minutes long. It's nothing special, but it's really cute. And it was nice to see someone using the 4Kids audio. That was really interesting and different. I also think that this show, this performance was put on several times, because I found some other video that where the actors were clearly the same, but the host in the beginning was different. So clearly they did this multiple times. I do like this. This feels kind of sweet. This feels kind of homemade almost. I like this better than Rainbow Magicland version, just because with the Rainbow Magicland version we could see that there had been better versions done at Rainbow Magicland before, so that feels like a decline in quality. This one only has 3 fairies, there's no plot, but I do like the outfits, I like the audio that they chose, so I would give it a 6. I think it's still not super good, but I like it better personally. Here's the other version. The quality is a little bit better, and you can see the fairies' outfits a little bit better. I think they look cute. I think the outfits look really accurate, and I think they're clearly having fun, and yeah, it's kind of sweet, and I kind of like it. We have more Singapore shows actually. The Singapore shows are all in English, so if you want to see Winx shows in English, the Singapore shows are for you. This one is another mall show, but this one is longer, 21 minutes, and this one does actually have plot, and as you can see, this one has Sky. I love Sky in this version. Sky has such Ken energy in this. Like, the girls are dancing and Sky is cheering them on, just chilling, living his best life. I honestly love this. This show has 4 fairies actually. It has Bloom in the beginning as well. Again, I feel like Bloom's wig should be redder. It looks almost brunettish, not as bad as the Rainbow Magicland one, but I feel like there could be a slightly better wig. I do like the Blue Mix outfits. I think the Blue Mix outfits all look really accurate and nice. I think Sky's outfit, however, looks really cheap, and especially these boots don't work at all, and the way that cape, it just feels really cheaply made. But I love Sky's actor. I think he's giving such Ryan Gosling Ken vibes, and I'm here for it. And this show does actually have a plot. Bloom wants to go home for Christmas, but there is a blizzard, and then she can't go home for Christmas. So the Winx put on a Christmas party for her in Magic's. And obviously this isn't a super long plot, but there is a plot. So I really like that, and I think the outfits are good, and I think this is a really fun show. I can't rate it super high because we only have one outfit for everyone and we don't have that many characters either, but it is enjoyable, and I guess I'm rating things under enjoyability as well, I am finding out. In the end, they also teach children a little dance and dance this dance with the audience, and that's important for later as well. So I think I'm actually gonna rate this one a 7. I feel like it would be unfair to rate it any higher because we do only have 4 fairies and 1 set of outfits, but I really enjoyed this one actually. Then we have, oh my gosh, I haven't talked about Winx on Ice. There are at least 2 versions of Winx on Ice. One is Winx on Ice in Italian, which I think is the one everyone knows. This is the one version where I will forgive them for making an OC because they got Carolina Kostner to be in the show, and Carolina Kostner is the OC. And if you don't know who Carolina Kostner is, at the time she was definitely the best ice skater in the whole of Europe. She was one of the best ice skaters in the world at the time, and I think it's so awesome that they got to have Carolina Kostner. This show also has a plot. Carolina feels really out of place. She is actually called Carolina in the show as well. And there is also a Carolina Kostner Winx on Ice doll, which is so cool. She feels out of place in Althea, and she doesn't really enjoy her time in Althea, so she gets manipulated by the tricks, and in the end she of course comes back to the side of justice. Again, this version doesn't have subtitles, so I don't understand all of the nuances of the show, but this show does have a lot of characters and lots of outfits. We have Bloom in season 2 base outfits. Everyone else I would say is not wearing really the base outfits. We have Faragonda as character here. We also later have the Winx in concert outfits, which I think look fantastic. I really like these ones. I think these ones look so accurate and fun. So yeah, here you can see the Trixie's outfits. I think they look really nice. We have some evil beings, I'm assuming here. Oh, and we also have Bloom in her iconic Winx on Ice outfit. And we have Daphne, which is really impressive as well. And we also have the specialists, as you can see here. I think this show is really amazing. The choreography, we also have Naboo, if you could believe it. You can see there, you can see Naboo is there as well. And later on we have the Winx Fairies in their Enchantix forms. The wings are massive and look so good. As you can see here, the Enchantix forms look really awesome. Carolina also gets a new outfit, as you can see, and I think here it's even more awesome that they have these huge wings because they have to be on ice with them and balance with the wings. And we also have Valtor in this version as well, so the Forever musical isn't actually the only one with Valtor. This version has a Valtor as well, and I think I actually like this Valtor more. Of course, this is another professional recording, so it's hard to compare these things, but his coat looks so cool. Bloom's wings are kind of flopping, but Walter's coat looks so cool and dramatic. So there are lots of characters here. I think it's super amazing that they got Carolina to be in this show. This one is hard to rate because I don't understand the plot fully, and also it's been a little bit of time before when I last watched it, but it's so good. I think objectively, they're on the ice, they have Carolina Kostner, they have many outfits, they have a plot for this. There's no reason why I shouldn't rate this 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna rate it 10 out of 10. There are lots of outfits, there are even like side characters. And then we have the Russian version. Here we also have the tricks, and the plot is pretty much the same, but the role of Carolina Kostner isn't being played by Carolina Kostner. So she is called whatever she's called in this version. But here we have a lot of amazing outfits actually. This Russian show takes place in season 4. So as you can see, they all have season 4 outfits. And I think these season 4 outfits actually look really good. I think they look really show accurate. I was really impressed with the fact that they had managed to get them to be so show accurate. And later on in the show, obviously they have the tricks here as well. so you can see the tricks. I think Icy looks really amazing as well. They've sort of put her hair together a little bit to make sure that she's safe ice skating, I'm assuming, but with the cape and everything she looks amazing. There's also the Wizards of Black Circle are also in this. And I have no idea who these guys are, but the Wizards of Black Circle are also actually in this as the specialists. As you can see, the specialists have this sort of spacey suits. So in the final you can see that the fairies also have their Believix outfits. So here in the final they are wearing the Believix outfits. And these look really good as well. Obviously the video quality here isn't the best, although this is also a professional filming it seems to be, but just the video quality on YouTube isn't so great. Here you can see Orgon throwing Icy around. Really impressive stuff, by the way. So yeah, Wizards of the Black Circle are here in this version as well. So if you want to see Wizards of the Black Circle in a live musical, I think this is your only chance to do that. The production quality is really high, and obviously the ice skaters in Russia are really good. They also have Palladium, who's going to do a backflip here. Yeah, Palladium plays a really large part in this whole show. He has his own monologue where he sort of figures out what's going on even. So Palladium is actually really important in this show. And I don't mind it because I like Palladium a lot overall as a character. So that's fun. The character cast is really large. The outfits are really cool. And the ice skating is really on point. But you know, Carolina Costner, you can't rate it the same as the original, I feel. And the Italian version is the original, so I'm just gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Even though maybe that's a little bit unfair. You can't beat having Carolina Costner in an ice show. I'm sorry. That brings us to the Winx musical show. There are no full versions of it. There are these studio recordings where you can see the Sirenix outfits where they just sing a couple of Sirenix songs. There are these news shows and there are these trailers, but from what I could see of this show looks amazing. There are many different outfits. Here you can see Bloom in her ball gown. Here you can see they're in their Sirenix outfits. This is a Sirenix era. And overall, this seems like an amazing show. It's really hard for me to rate. They also have their season 7 casual outfits, which seem to be really, really accurate. There are also tricks in this version, and I absolutely love the tricks in this version. I love this outfit for the tricks, and based on what little I saw of the tricks, I think they look really great in this version. Here you can see some of their season 7 civilian outfits. This is another news segment that is just talking about the musical. There is no full musical available anywhere where I could see. Also, this show seems to have some of the best choreography ever. In this one you can see a little bit of the fighting and the way that they have choreographed the fight scenes in this show. See, the fairies are actually flying, which they don't do in any of the other versions, and the witches are flying. And the entire fight scenes just seem so cool and so amazing and so realistic in this. You can see the way the girls are dancing, the transformation sequence, which I think is so cool. Like the actor is actually trying to dance similarly to the way the fairy is dancing on the screen in some cases. There's also some Christmas theming here, seemingly. So I think that this might actually be one of the best musicals they ever did for Winx Club. Like the fighting choreo alone, and there are different outfits we can see from the little clips. There is at least the Sirenix outfit, the civilian outfit, and Bloom also has a ball gown, and all of the fairies are here, and the tricks are here, and we don't even have the whole show, but this show looks so cool. I feel like it might deserve a 10 out of 10, but because we also don't know, I haven't seen the full show and I can't see the full show, I can't say for certain. So maybe I shouldn't rate this one, but I feel like it would rate super higher. I would give it, based on what I know and I haven't seen the full show, I would at least give it an 8. but honestly the fighting choreo just looks so cool and fun. I wish that we had a full version of this. If anyone knows where we might be able to see the full version, let me know. So there is another Christmas show. This one is a Singapore one as well. This one is a Sirenix one instead of a Bloomix one from 2015. So this one might actually be an older one than the other one we saw. But they actually teach the children the same exact dance they do in the other Singapore show, where they also just have Bloom, Flora, Techna and Stella. So here we also just have the 4 fairies, but we don't have Sky anymore, and it seems that we don't have the Christmas plot either. This isn't a complete full show. There is some stuff that has been cut away from here, so maybe they have cut away some of the plot. I can't be completely certain, but there seems to be a lot less plot here, and I also like the outfits a lot less. I think the Bloomix outfits are so on point. These look sort of messy, the skirts look bulky, and they're not changing their outfits, so I can't really excuse that here. And we only have 4 fairies, which I think is sad, and I miss the cute Christmas plot we had from before. Maybe they cut it out, the person who filmed this, Cutie Toys World. But I also feel like there wasn't a plot here. But based on the context I have, I feel like this one was just more like a Winx in concert thing. So I'm gonna rate it a 6, kind of bordering on 5, but not really. So it's a 6. And then we have the Winx Fairy Day. The Winx Fairy Day performance is filmed by me and it's on YouTube by me, so please check it out. There isn't a full show. I say in the description that I uploaded like 60%, but I think it's more likely like 80%. I filmed almost the entire thing. My arm just got so tired. The reason that this looks so foggy is that there was like actual fog and steam. This show does have a plot. The Winx are preparing a surprise party for Sky, and I believe Tricks are there as well, but they're projected, so there are no Tricks actors. And the way I was standing, I couldn't really see the projection part, but I heard some evil laughter at some point. So yeah, Tricks tried to foil stuff. But basically all of the fairies are doing something to make sure that the party is gonna be great, and in the end the party is great. Here they are wearing their Cosmics outfits. This is the only show that I know where they are wearing the Cosmic outfits, and I think that these are really accurate. I really like the way the Cosmic outfits look. I think the casting is great and fun, and the fairies look really show accurate. And there is also an outfit change. Bloom gets into her beautiful blue ball gown. If you can't see it very well here, she is wearing it. And there's Sky as well. So Sky shows up to the party, and Sky is wearing his prince outfit, which we also haven't seen before. And I think the prince outfit looked really, really good. Maybe you can see Bloom a little bit better here. Yeah, here you can see her outfit a little bit better. Maybe I should try to re-upload this because I have the files. I edited this on my laptop when my main computer was broken, and I feel like that sort of killed the quality of the video a little bit. So maybe I should try to re-upload this, but do check it out. I was surprised that it didn't get as many views as I expected it might. It has accumulated quite a bit by now. But if you compare it to all of the other videos here, if I didn't know this one, if it wasn't filmed by me, YouTube might not have recommended it. I don't know. So this one was filmed by me, and I was there myself, so obviously this was very special for me. This was a dream come true because I've always wanted to see a Winx show live. And we do have an outfit change. We have all of the main fairies, and this was quite a long show as well. I would say it was like 45 minutes, and there was plot. And in addition to the Winx, we also have Sky. It's still not Winx on tour level. Like I still think that nothing beats Winx on tour and Winx on ice, but I would still give it a 9 out of 10. I can't rate it any lower. I'm totally biased, and I'm totally aware of the fact that I'm biased here, but I saw this show live and I think it was actually so great. I think the actors are great. This show has a narrator and the fairies don't actually speak, which is an interesting choice, but I don't mind it. I think it was more aimed towards younger kids, as is season 8 as well, and that's a season 8 thing, so I can't really fault the show for that. And the wings look so great and the outfits look great. Maybe I should have rated it a little bit lower, like an 8. I thought about it a long time, but I just can't do it. I enjoy this show. Go check it out on my channel. And that's all of the shows that we have time for today. About the Winx musical show, which was the show that we don't have a full video of. This does have a wiki page where you can see the tour dates, so we do have more information on it, but I don't think the full show is available anywhere. This was a long video and I hope it does well. If it does really well, I might try and find some more obscure shows. If you'd like me to talk more in depth about any of them, let me know, because I feel like I rushed through some of them a little bit just to save time, because this is a really long video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please let me know if you do. Like, give this video a like, and yeah, maybe share it with some of your friends or something. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to check out some of my other stuff. I don't usually do content this long, but I do a lot of Winx content. I do a lot of doll content and convention content. So if any of that interests you, then make sure to subscribe. And thank you so very much for watching this entire video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!